again and welcome. Today's video is mainly about the Simon Hope Deluxe grub screw handle and double-ended tool system. However, before we go into that, I received a couple of stickers from my good friend Gouge Rock from Canada. Thanks for those, Gouge. I've been following Gouge for a number of years now and we become quite good friends, and I'll put a link to Gouge's channel in the description below. Go across and have a look. He's a bit of a perfectionist, is our Gouge, a very talented turner, and comes up with some really good innovative ideas as well. And also I got a couple of stickers from Zimmer. Now Ray is from Denmark, and he hasn't got a YouTube channel, but he does have a woodturning Facebook page, so I'll put a link to Ray's Facebook page as well in the description below, and go across and have a look at what he's got to offer. And lastly, but by no means least, as I said last week I believe, a friend of mine called Paul Hadley messaged me a couple of weeks ago and said, would I like one of these? And I was over the moon. I've always wanted one, and he very kindly sent it to me. I'm over the moon. It's a 16-inch centre finder, if you like, for putting on logs. If you've got a log, you place that on top and you can move it around and find the various radiuses there, which will give you the best position, the best centre point, and the best position of the outer part of the bowl that you're going to be turning to include the best bit of figure, etc. And even for smaller logs, it's a great idea if you're doing a like a crotch bowl or something. You can move this around to find out the best place where you're going to get the best figure, and you'll know where your centre point is. And it goes right the way from like 0 up to 16 inches, which is the maximum I can do on my lathe. Brilliant. Paul, I can't thank you enough. I really do appreciate that, and it'll be used a lot. Also, by the way, great idea if you're trying to find the centre of a piece of wood before you put it on your bandsaw, or indeed on your circle cutting jig. You can do all the moving around here and you've got your centre. And there are holes here as well where you can put your pencil when you've got the centre there, and you can actually move it around, put a little nail in there, and you can draw your circle. Brilliant idea, and I really appreciate that. That'll get a lot of use, Paul. Thank you. Before we go on to my overview on Simon's tools, Makers Central, as we all know, on Saturday and Sunday the 5th and 6th of May this year, promises to be a massive event. I've said this before. Some terrific names coming over from all over the world, and especially some big names coming over from the United States. Turners, makers and general artists will be there. There are a terrific amount of different activities going on. I'll put links in the description below to the Makers Central website, Facebook page, YouTube channel, and indeed Nick Zametti's YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find out all which is going on from those links. Please try and make it. It'd be possibly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet some of the celebrities that you follow on YouTube and other media. And also, I'm very pleased to say, a couple of weeks ago, my good friend Martin Saban-Smith announced that UKIWS will be on the 30th of June and the 1st of July this year, again at the Hilton Hotel in Coventry. Again, looking forward to seeing some old faces and some new faces too, no doubt. That has been a great event on both two occasions that it's been held, and the third this year promises to be another great event as well. So again, links to the various social media sites for UKIWS, and you can click on those and be updated and find the latest news on there as well. Great news, some good events coming up. So the Simon Hope tool handle system, or Deluxe tool handle system. A little while ago, maybe a year or so, I was starting to realise that I've got a terrific amount of tools, or had a terrific amount of tools, being gained over the last sort of 6 years, and to be quite honest with you, a lot of them very rarely used, and what I was finding was I was getting less room and less room, and I wanted to rationalise what I had. I've been looking at various manufacturers and saying, right, I wanted to sell the majority of my tools and just stick with one manufacturer, basically to get used to them and to sort of specialise in those tools, if you like, and become one with them, as opposed to trying having different tools all the time. However, when I was in Harrogate last year on the Simon Hope stand, I was very fortunate to spend 3 days turning. Most of it was hollowing, but I also used a number of Simon's double-ended tools and his Deluxe tool handles, and I was very impressed, and I made my decision, and I'm really glad I did. I got on with them really well. They were ideal for me, and I will hasten to add, this is, as usual, my opinion and what works for me. I do get asked a lot, especially from beginners, what tools should I get? What can I, what's the best thing to do? Well, I will now say that this is my tool of choice, because it is. I sold a lot of tools and bought what I've got now, and they're so flexible. They're all Crown Cryo, which are cryogenically treated. They hold an edge a really long time, much more than a standard high-speed steel tool. And I'll go through what you can expect. There are 3 handle sizes. The largest is 20 inches. Then you've got a medium handle, which comes in at just on 15 inches. And then you've got the smaller handle, which is 10 inches. They're all made from aircraft grade aluminium, so they're strong and they are really well weighted for the tools. This is why I like them, because they suit me. There are 3 different hole sizes on the heads. The red is the largest, which is 16.5mm. The blue is the medium one, which is 13mm, and then you've got the 10mm, which is the gold. You can mix and match. You can have the gold on the large handle if you should so wish. So they're all interchangeable. So when you order them, you just order the hole size that you want on the length of handle that you want. Now this handle, the 20 inch, I've only got one of those, and that actually houses my hollower, my 6mm tipped hollower, and that's ideal for that, and that's the only long handle I've got. Now the beauty of this system is, if we take the small handle, the 10 inch, which has got the 10mm hole, the gold, in the bottom of the handle you've got your Grub screw, you've got your Allen key. Now I keep my 3/8 spindle gouge. Now the tools, as I say, are Crown Cryo, and they're double-ended. You've got the swept back grind here and a straight over grind on the other side. I very rarely, if ever, use a straight over grind, so I have actually on this one tool got 2 3/8 spindle gouges. I will regrind that to a swept back grind when that starts to go to a length where I can't use it anymore. Now you just slot that in, and the Grub screws are brass tipped so they don't mark the bar. Now you can have whatever length you want. You can have it as long as you like, you can have it as short as you like. Now there are some advantages to this, especially on the bowl gouge, which I'll go through in a minute. So then you merely decide where you want it and then tighten down the Grub screws, which I say are brass tipped so they don't affect and there you are. There is your tool ready to go. They're really great in the hand. They've got a Softex grip on them, so they're nice and solid, and they're extremely well balanced. Now, if you take the bowl gouge, for example, this 1/2 inch bowl gouge, if I was doing a finishing cut on a lathe which had a smaller swing, hypothetically what could happen is that the handle is going to foul the bed waste. So all I have to do is to loosen the Grub screws for that particular operation, lower the blade in the handle, and all of a sudden I have now got the ability to carry on with my finishing cut without fouling the bedways. The other point, which I thought was a bit of a gimmick really, but it's not, it has a flat milled on this part here. Stops your tool rolling around on your bedways, or if you put it down on a surface they're not going to roll round. And that, honestly, as I say, I thought that was a bit of a gimmick, but I find it invaluable because I haven't got a surface now behind here, so I do tend to put my tools, I'm using 2 or 3 tools on the bedways. I don't have to have a little stand or anything, I can just put them on there and they're safe, they're not going to go anywhere, which is brilliant. The reason I like them is their balance and versatility. Whatever I want with regards to tool handle, I mean, if I wanted a really long tool handle here, I could put my bowl gouge in the long handle here, if I should so wish, not a problem. But I don't particularly want that. The 15-inch is ideal for me. So that's basically the system. It's, in my opinion, a great investment. The tool handles will last you forever. You don't have to put in Simon's tools. The blades can be from any manufacturer where the bar sizes fit the holes that you've got on those tools, so you're not restricted purely to that. The handles in their own right are great, in my opinion, and they've given me, as you can see, a lot more room behind. I can get me fat fingers in there now, and I've got an array of tools there which are taking up half the space, and to me it's a no-brainer. Okay, that about wraps it up. As I say, it's my point of view, my opinion completely, but if you're looking for a system that's going to last you a lifetime with versatility and flexibility, then give it a look. All I'm saying is it gives you a bit of extra information for you to make an informed decision when you decide which route you're going on. I'll put a link to Simon's website down below, and I hope you found it of some interest. Well, thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.